what's up, everybody? So we're back in Strongsville today. We're gonna just try and repeat what we did yesterday. We had a great day, and I don't really have any expectations. Again, I think that kind of makes for the best Uber days, like when you just go with it. So no expectations. We're just gonna drive, turn on the app, and see where it takes us. Hopefully it takes us into like the Medina, Brunswick area. But we're just gonna accept high-paying orders, and we're not gonna, accept any lowballs. $1, $1.50 per mile, if not $2 per mile. That's our goal. We're just listening to a podcast, and we're having a good time. So do you guys listen to music, podcasts, or just silence when you drive? I do a little bit of mix of both. Actually, recently I haven't really been listening to music. It's just been podcasts and silence. It usually starts off with silence, and then it turns into a podcast. But I guess I just haven't been making beats lately, and just haven't been listening to music. I feel, focused on work and, just kind of relaxing. So what about you? And as far as drones go, would you guys rather fly in a city or like a suburb? I prefer like the suburbs or even like the countryside. But it is interesting. Like yesterday, I flew in like a downtown Medina area. That was pretty risky, I will say, but it was fun, But I guess I just haven't flown like downtown Cleveland yet. But I'm curious to know. And that reminds me, like, why do you guys subscribe to like smaller creators like me? What draws you in and what keeps you there? For me, I like following the journey. I like seeing people grow. I recently just subscribed to this chick who has like 164 subscribers. And she just seems like a cool chick, and I'm like curious to see how well she does, and where she goes, and, just to kind of follow along. I'm curious to know things, about different people and places in the world. So that's why I do it. What about you? And what's something simple that makes your day better? I think for me, washing my vehicle, believe it or not. Just getting the bugs off the windshield and running it through the car wash. I don't know, something about it just kind of makes me feel better about myself and makes me feel ready for the day. And who doesn't like having a clean car? Like, I have a newer vehicle, and just taking care of it makes me feel good. It makes me feel proud. What about you? Okay, I was a little hesitant on accepting this order, but you know what? It's our first delivery of the day. $30 for about 35 miles. I figured, why not accept it? It's heading towards Medina. We're in Brunswick now. Those when they're pretty close like that, it's tough to deny $30. It's going to take me about an hour to do it. But I just figured, why not accept it? Like I said, it's our first delivery of the day. So we're going to head over to Walmart, pick up this triple banger, and see what else we can come up with. Okay, so with orders like this, where they're pretty close to the $1 per mile, like I said, I was hesitant to accept it. But I like where this is headed. I like where I'm going. I'm going to be on a couple long drives. I think I'm headed to Lodi. So after this pickup, we'll head to Lodi, and then we'll just head back here, towards Medina. So again, it's a give and take. You got to just make your decision in the moment. and it's not always perfect. So you're not always going to get, $1 per mile. But I think $30 for an order is pretty good to start. That's kind of the beautiful thing about this job too, is you have the control over where you go. So I could have made $30 in 2 to 3 orders just around this area, which may have been a better choice. Who knows? Okay, so that was perfect. As soon as I pulled up, someone came out and just threw the orders in. She was a really nice girl too. But yeah, I mean, I can't complain. That's like, quick, in and out, and we're on our way. So I'm glad I accepted this order, believe it or not. Perfect day for this too. Not a cloud in the sky, 70 degrees. Wow, just amazing. So this is what I do with the orders, so I know. So Jen is in the truck bed. James is in the back seat, but the left side. And then Michael's on the back seat on the right side. So that's just kind of how I know where the orders are, so I don't get them mixed up. 2247. Here we are. Oh, there's chickens. Chickens Dickens. Or maybe it's Dickens Chickens. That guy was really nice, He asked me about my truck. He asked me how I like my truck. I said I love it. I get like 500 or 600 miles per tank. And then he asked me how much I paid for it, which I think it was around 32. But yeah, I told him like the truck payments are high, but I had 0 down. So if you were wondering, I did put 0 down and I was able to purchase this vehicle. So anyways, 1 of 3 done. We are on to either James or Michael. So let's keep having a great day. It's beautiful out, by the way. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky that I can see, at least. Gotta love it. So would you guys watch a video of me doing like a little road trip or like a camping video, me going out to like Finley State Park and just pitching up the tent, doing some chats, maybe fly the drone in the forest around the lake out there? Would you guys watch something like that? Because my mom's actually going out of town in the next week or so, and I'm gonna have the house to myself. But I was thinking, maybe this would be a good time for me to kind of go on a little trip myself. I think I deserve a little vacation every once in a while. So, I may check out Finley State Park's campground and see if they have any spots open. I think that would be a good place to do it. Would you guys watch it though? Let me know. See, this is why I took this drive. Just green pastures, open road, calm. Look at that. I don't know, man. I'm definitely a countryside kind of guy. I just find it interesting, like, families can just... Well, look at that new house. That families can just live like out here for like hundreds of years. You know, just have like a big plot of land like that, and then generations and generations. I mean, of course, like that house has probably been there for like 150 years. And they probably own all of this land. I don't know, I just find it interesting. What's something that you're trying to improve in your life? Okay, so not bad. 2 of 3 done. We are headed to our 3rd delivery. We're currently in Litchfield, Ohio, so I don't know where we are relative to Medina. But we're just going for a drive, you know. We're taking our time, making $30. And I think after this delivery, we're going to head back towards Medina. Just to be safe, and maybe we can get another, you know, big delivery. Yesterday, you know, we made $120 in just under 5 or 6 hours. So I think we should be able to do that again today. So like I said, no expectations, but we should be good. What is one thing that you've purchased that has improved your life? For me, it would be a DJI Neo 2 drone. Well, originally it was the Neo 1, but once I got the Neo 2, man, did my life improve. I was able to fly more, less crashes, get better footage, and overall just a better experience. So I would say the DJI Neo 2. What about you? So we're out in Chatham, Ohio. I don't think I've ever been out this way, but I'm thinking about this camping video that we're gonna do, and I just want to know, like, do you guys like camping? Is that something that you're interested in? I love camping. I can't wait to go, to be honest. It's been a couple years since I went formally camping. Last year I did a lot of truck camping. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, getting away can be really healthy. You know, taking a break from society can be really healthy for you. And you know, there's gonna be raccoons, there's gonna be bugs, mosquitoes. So I gotta prepare. But yeah, I wanna you know, cook some foods, pitch the tent. I got this cool tent for the truck that I want to set up. And that reminds me, I do want to get a tripod, because I feel like a tripod would make filming a lot easier, especially when you're camping. I do have a little tripod with a gimbal on it, but I want to get a little bit taller one. I used to have a couple of them. I don't know where they're at now, but I think they're like 20 something bucks on Amazon. The B size or UB size, they're pretty cheap. So I might have to look into that. But I'm thinking of going to Finley State Park campground. It's about 30 minutes from my place. And they have like kayaks you can rent. And of course I could fly the drone over the lake. And just kind of relax and do our thing. I think we could have a nice video set up there. So, do you guys like camping? Yeah, just being in areas like this reminds me of camping for some reason. I'm pretty excited. Okay, so we're in a kind of sticky situation here. It says the house is right beyond the tree there. See that barn? But this is a highway. So I don't think there's an entrance off this highway. So I think I'm going to have to go straight and then turn left. And I just put it in the GPS, and the GPS is not even guiding me right there. So I'm going to have to make a call here and just go for it. I don't know where this is. I'm hoping that it's just right here. 8419. Please.
Continuing with driving directions.
8419.
Turn left. In a quarter mile, arrive at your destination.
Looks like I'm here. All right, so there was a guy working on his tractor right there. I just asked him. And yeah, so like the highway's right there, and the directions were telling me to turn from the highway, which you can't do. So sometimes you just got to make a quick call and see, look around and see if you can find it yourself. But check it out. We got some sheep. Yeah, definitely sheep. And, yeah. Delivery 3 of 3. I don't know. I like this. I like this kind of stuff. I like finding my way around. Like, most people would get upset. Like, they'd be like, oh, man, Uber Eats is taking me to the wrong place. Damn these people.
Arrived.
But I don't know. I like these kinds of places. Seeing new spots. Oh, they got a nice lake in the back. So yeah, delivery 3 of 3 done. I have no idea where we're at. We're just gonna have to type in our GPS like back to, I don't know, Medina, or just kind of get to a hotspot area. But I like the Medina area because I've been getting pretty high paying orders. Like this one was $30 for 3 orders. Not the best, but not the worst, because it was our first delivery of the day, and again, no expectations. So we're just taking a look around, and we're just going with it, It's kind of cool to see sheep. I rarely see sheep. So just like that.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Lafayette Road.
So we're not too far actually away from Medina. We're in Lodi. We're about 20 minutes away. And again, we're just going with it. We really don't have any expectations today. We're just, we're trying to get good orders, but, we're trying to enjoy ourselves. We're not trying to stress out and be, rushed and, feel like we're pushing ourselves beyond our limits. I've done that before, I've tried so hard to make money before. And, over time I've realized that you just don't need to work that hard. Let the money come to you. Sure, you might put a little extra miles on your car, or, but if you're not good mentally, if you don't feel good about what you're doing, then why do it at all? And as you know, I love driving, and I love driving these types of areas. So I'm going to keep driving. But yeah, we're just listening to a little podcast here. Headed back towards Medina. And we're going to see if we can find anything else. Hopefully we can get a nice order in. You know, it's about 6:30 Thursday. And yeah, right here, Medina Lodi. So I don't know. I don't know where it's going to take us today. But you know, let's enjoy the ride. So yeah, we're headed back to Medina, but I just wanted to give you a quick update as far as where I'm at with this vlogging and this video editing. So as you may know, we figured out the gigabyte problem. You know, the storage issue that I was dealing with for a while, and you know, I have a lot more space on my computer. And it actually just updated to like Tahoe 26.2 or something last night. So we're all up to date on the computer. But as far as the phone goes, I was kind of back, you know, I was backdated a little bit with my videos. I didn't have all my videos edited and exported and transferred over to my computer and external hard drive. But over the past couple nights, we've accomplished that. So we have all of our, you know, first week of YouTube videos, not uploaded yet, but, you know, in the right storage area. So this brings me to the next idea. So as far as camping goes, I have a really cool idea, you know, and I think I'm going to need a lot of footage for that. So what I'm going to do is once I make sure that I've exported all these videos and this video is edited down, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe my phone the same way I did with my computer, so that when I go camping, you know, within the next week or two, I have full storage on my phone. You know, I do want to get a tripod, so I may look up that, but it's not completely necessary. I can figure it out either way. But I do got to kind of go over my camping gear list, and make sure I have everything that I need. You know, make sure I have like some food. I might do that like the day of, but you know, just get a couple things for food, get a cooler ready, get my tent and all my stuff for that. You know, I don't need much, but you know, that just reminds me, I want to make sure that I have my phone fully wiped, so that I have maximum amount of storage. I need a lot of storage, and I'm going to shoot it probably 4K 60 or 4K 30. So, you know, 4K really takes up a lot of footage. But, yeah, I'm just kind of going over some things in my mind. You know, what am I going to need? And, you know, as far as storage goes, you know, I got to make sure that I have all that figured out. Ooh, it's exciting. It's, you know, it's like just knowing that I'm going to have freedom to just do whatever I want and, you know, have as much time to do it. I hope I get a good spot. You know, you can drive to the campground first and kind of take a look around before you actually purchase one. You could do it online, or you could do it in person. So I'm hoping that I get a good spot, you know. But I'm not worried about it. You know, it should be fun either way. And it would be kind of cool to go camping or to go kayaking while I'm camping. Kind of throw up the drone while I'm out there on the water. I don't know. It's risky, I'm sure, but it could be fun. And that's the other thing. I've never done this before. So it's all a completely new experience. I mean, I've been camping, and I've taken videos while I've been camping, but I've never made like a vlogging YouTube video for or while I was camping. So it's all a new experience for me. So that's why I'm excited. You know, I was thinking about what makes a good YouTube video, and I was just thinking about what I like to watch. You know, I like to see other people's experiences, but the main thing is I like to hear people talk. You know, I like to hear how people get their thoughts out. And it's not so much about what they're talking about, but I like to kind of just zone out when I watch YouTube videos. I mean, it depends on who I'm watching, you know. If the content that they're making is pretty cool, but what they talk about isn't, you know, so be it. I still watch the video just to see what happens, you know. And everybody is on a different level of making their videos. You know, everybody has different skill sets. And you know, I'll be the first to admit that my skill sets are not amazing. You know, but I think I like to think that I have a different way of doing it. You know, I have my own way. And it's not better or worse than anybody else. It's just my way. So I hope that you like my way. I hope you like the way that I'm making my videos, because it's different for everybody. You know, everybody makes their videos differently. And my content isn't like, I don't have the best I don't know. I just don't. I wish, you know, there's things that I could do differently. You know, I wish I could have better footage and, you know, better camera angles, but it's something I'm working on. You know, I'm working on getting better at making videos. So I hope you're following along for the journey. You know, I hope you don't judge me on every little detail of the video, and, you know, I hope you don't pick me apart, because I'm learning how to do this. You know, I'm learning how to gig work and vlog. You know, I'm learning how to fly the drone and vlog and film it, you know. So it's like, I'm just excited to be on this journey. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like, I don't know where this is going, but I have a feeling it's going somewhere cool. You know, I don't compare myself to other people. I don't care what people have. It doesn't bother me that somebody has more than me or less than me. You know, I respect people with a lot less than me. And I think you should too, you know. I think there's a level of respect that YouTubers need to have in order to make these videos. You know, I have to respect myself, first of all. You know, I don't want to be swearing and putting people down and, you know, showing parts of me that I shouldn't. I want to be respectful. I want to make the best video that I can. And I want it to be enjoyable, and, you know, I want it to be nice on the eyes. So that's why I shoot in 4K, you know, because I like watching high quality videos. But, you know, I watch camping videos where people don't really have a lot. You know, they're kind of working with what they got, and I think it's cool. You know, I think it's cool to see different experiences in the world. And, you know, it's fun. It's fun to see where people are at. And like I said, I don't judge people for having more than me. I don't judge people for having less than me. I just think it's cool to watch other people where they're at and, you know, see people grow, follow along the journey for their growth. So we've talked about this before. You know, why do you watch videos? What kind of makes you, you know, continue watching? And I hope it's the experience. I hope you enjoy this experience. Okay, so we just missed a huge order, $40 for 14 miles. I don't know what happened. I accepted this first order, and then I got another order. So these are really high-paying orders, so I'm not going to complain. But man, that would have been nice to get that $40 hit for 14 miles. But let's just keep going and see where this goes tonight. I don't know if you felt this before, but do you ever just feel like you're in the right place? Like, I feel like I belong here. You know, I'm not from Medina. I don't know too many people from this area. But, you know, I feel like I belong. I just wanted to let you know that you belong. You know, you're right where you need to be. Right here, right now, watching this video. This is exactly where you should be. Don't forget that. But man, $8 for 0.9 miles? What is going on here, people? I love it. That's a great order. That's almost $8 per mile. So, you know, you pick and choose. You know, you pick and choose your orders. You can wait for a big order, or you could just take a few little small ones here and there. I'm gonna still be in this area, so why not? Okay, so we got our first pickup here at Mickey D's. And this is the big order. This is $8 for 0.9. So let's go grab this and then head over to the Asian grill. Gotta love that. Ready to go too. Perfect. This next order is right across the street. Right there. We're gonna park as far away as possible though. So I'm just gonna give this window here a wipe. I've been noticing in my reflection that it's a little bit dirty from that car wash. We're gonna hustle up here, get a little exercise in. Boy, you can't ask for a better day. This order was ready as soon as I got there. Just found a penny on the ground. It's my lucky day. We're making money, people, even if it's 1 penny at a time. 1 penny at a time. So that's what's nice about accepting these smaller orders and higher paying orders, you know. They're higher paying orders. Yeah, they're not 30 or 40 bucks each, but you know, 2 orders, 16 bucks, and I'm in downtown Medina still. You can't really beat that. So hopefully after these 2 orders, we're gonna get another higher paying order, maybe at Walmart, Home Depot, something like that. So crossing our fingers. Yeah, this one's 0.6 miles away, so we're still in downtown Medina either way. So let's get another order in here quick. Yeah, we're gonna pass on that. $9 for 12 miles, just not worth it. We're waiting for a big Walmart order. I know they're out there. Just gotta be patient. Cash money. We are going to say yes to this $10 4-mile order because that's over $2 per mile. So yeah, we could have got another order here at Culver's, but it was like $6 or, you know, for 7 miles. So I'd rather just keep this, you know, $10 for 4 miles, you know, one, instead of trying to complicate things. So we'll go pick this up and keep rolling tonight. That was dumb. I saw this order there, but I saw a DoorDash sticker, and it's actually my order. So, good job, Culver's. I can't complain though. I use DoorDash bags for my Uber orders, so hey, what can you do? Let's drop this off at Holiday Inn and head back towards Medina. I don't want to go out to Wadsworth. You know, they're throwing a lot of offers at me right now, but they, you know, they're not like those Walmart orders. So we got to be careful on which ones we actually accept. But let's see where this is. Well, this is about as stupid as it gets, people. I literally passed it up already. It was in the same parking lot as Culver's. So that's how close it was to Culver's. So I guess we got to do a U-turn and drop this off. I guess I just never thought how someone could be this lazy. I mean, literally, Holiday Inn Express is right there and Culver's is right here. And you're at a hotel, you know? So literally, they could have just walked here and picked it up. But they're paying for it. So, hey, I'm not complaining. $2 per mile. Sucks we had to do a U-turn. But man, shake my head. Man, that was effed up. So we're gonna pause trips and head back to Medina. I don't know. You just never know what's going on. But we're doing pretty good on time and money. So let's go back to Medina and see if we can get a big order at Walmart or Home Depot. Yeah, I'm not interested in these small orders, even though they're pretty good, $2-3 per mile. We're in downtown Medina again, and there's got to be a big order here at Walmart. The app is kind of acting funky since I paused trips after that. But you know what? We're just going to have to wait. I know there's orders out here, and we deserve them. So let's go. All right, so we're not going to let that Culver's order... Oh, we got one coming in. Yeah, we're not going to let that Culver's order hurt us. We just got an order, $13 for 7 miles at Pizza Hut. We got our pizza bag, so let's roll. So yeah, we got about an hour until sundown, and there's not a cloud in the sky. So this should be a good flight. We might do 1 or 2 more orders and then get a golden hour flight in. But yeah, can't forget to fly. Gotta fly. Yeah, feeling good. Let's get after it. You know, I just noticed that, you know, people who are having a bad day, people who are miserable, they will project that onto other people. They will assume that other people are having a bad day. And, you know, like this lady at Culver's here, and I'm not going to talk too much about this any more than this, but you could tell she was having a bad day because I'm having a good day. And I always know that somebody's having a bad day when I start giggling. Like, when I start laughing at how dumb I feel in that situation. Because you can't bring me down. You just can't bring somebody down who's having a good day and who knows they're having a good day. You know, it's people who are miserable will try and bring you down, and you can't let them. You just can't. And all I could do is laugh because, man, wow. Wow is all I could say. Just wow. And that's another reason why you should become an Uber driver. Because at any point, you can just pause your trip. You know, if you're not feeling good, if you're in a place that, you know, may not be popping off, you could always just pause your trip, take a break. But the thing with this lady is she can't, you know, she's miserable and she knows it. And she can't do literally anything about it. She has to sit in that pain. And, you know, me, on the other hand, I don't have to accept that. I don't have to work with customers who are pissing me off. I don't have to work with people that I don't want to. You know, I get to choose where I'm at. I get to choose where I go. I get to choose who I talk to. And, you know, in this case, I chose to meet this miserable person. And it taught me something. It taught me to not ever go back. Never go back to an hourly job. You know, even with this Amazon thing, they did a background check on me. It's been over 2 weeks. They haven't got back to me. It's just another sign that I'm in the right place. It's another sign for me to know that I'm doing the right thing. So don't let miserable people ruin your day and drag you down to their level. All you got to do is just laugh it off. Just laugh it off. And just know that you're okay. So we're going to wait here at Pizza Hut. I can tell the order's not ready. So we're just going to give it a few minutes, hang out here in the sun. And we're probably going to pause this trip and go for a flight. So yeah, just laugh it off. Order for Rachel. Thank you. That smell, that Pizza Hut smell reminds me. I once worked at a Pizza Hut. Not for long, a couple months. But I was a delivery driver. And I just remember that smell. I've had a lot of jobs. We'll talk about them. But we're looking for Minor Road, turning left. And just like that, with a little patience, $13 in my pocket. Now, it's time to fly. So we're gonna head back towards the Medina area and find a good place to fly. I'm not really familiar on where, I've never really flown out here, so we're just gonna have to find a place to fly. But it is golden hour, so it's time to go. Let's get up in the air. So we're not done yet Uber Eats driving tonight, but it is golden hour, so I want to find a spot to fly the drone. And there's this golf course that I keep driving by. So we're in Medina, so we're gonna head back towards Medina. We're in Brunswick now, but yeah, I think the golf course might be a good spot to fly the drone. Lots of open space, trees, so it should be good. Okay, so here we are at Bunker Hill Golf Course. It's golden hour, and there's some trees right in front of me, but we're gonna get over those trees and try and get on the grass over there. There's some guys next to me who are kind of drinking, so hopefully we don't piss anybody off. But yeah, let's fly. Beautiful shot. Beautiful area. Look at those trees, man. It just goes on forever. Awesome area. Yeah, Bunker Hill Golf Course. Right up and down the fairway. Get a little moonshot in there. All right, we're at about 40%, so I'm probably going to bring it back now. All right, there it is. Another successful flight. No crashes, hardly any signal interference. I was just right here back and forth. And what a beautiful time of day. Awesome. So that reminds me, my goggles storage is full. So later tonight, I'm gonna have to transfer everything over from my goggles. It records with the aircraft and with the goggles. So if you want to make like, you know, triple view shots, you know, sometimes I make triple view YouTube shorts, which that could be a good idea for these flights. I could turn my flights into like triple view shorts, and then also do my vlogging. So just a quick reminder, I got to do that tonight. So yeah, we're headed back to Medina, and we're gonna flip on the app. Hopefully we can get a big hitter at Walmart again. That was really nice last night. $40 for like 30 miles or something. That's what I'm looking for. So we might have to decline some orders. But yeah, we're just gonna keep going. It's only 8:50, 8:38. So yeah, we got some time left in the tank. So let's get going. So I've just been thinking, you know, as far as making these YouTube videos go, the first vlog that I made, it was super sketchy, super rough. I had no idea what I was doing. It was the first video I ever made. And then the following day, the second day, I made a vlog, and it was like double the length. It was over 2.5 hours long. A lot of stuff happened that day. I was down in Wadsworth in the Akron area. Crazy day. So now, a week, 7 or 8 days later, from posting that first video, I've since then made 4 or 5 more videos, and they're all edited. So now I'm like, well, what should I do? How should I post this? You know, should I post the big long video where it was still kind of sketchy and rough, you know, the second day? Or should I post the good videos that I think I've made? So like the past few days, I've made some pretty good vlogs, I think, you know, and I'm like, I just don't know what to post first. You know, I don't know if I should post one tonight and then one next Thursday and just like keep it every Thursday. Or if I should skip that big video because it's such a long video. I just don't know if it's going to work. So yeah, I got to figure out which video I should post. But anyways, we're just waiting for an order, and hopefully we'll get something soon. Okay, we do got a new order at Hop Hing. I could literally see it from here. So we're gonna go hit this. It's $9 for 1 mile. Couldn't pass up on that. So let's go grab this. Yeah, so I mean, I'll take orders like this all night. You know, $9 for 1 mile. That's just a great deal. You know, that's definitely worth it. So we're gonna hang out in Medina for a little bit longer and just see what we can find. You know, no expectations again. But there's some good paying orders out here, so I like it out here. Quick little handoff there, no problem. But I have a feeling there's going to be a big banger of an order here soon. I just know it. I know that there's something good coming. So I'm going to head back towards Walmart, and hopefully we can grab onto one. But like I said, I like this Medina area. Pretty good money out here too. Yeah, so we're just getting started with this channel. So if you've watched it this far, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. That always helps the channel. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So just stay tuned for more videos like this. We're going to be doing gig work, flying the drone, maybe do some camping. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Okay, we couldn't pass this up. 25 for 13 and 9 for 0. I think that's right. Can't pass that up, can we? See, I knew a big order like this was coming. That's why I love being in Medina. You know, it's getting towards the end of the night. People are tipping big. You know, they're relaxing at home, watching sports, watching movies. And I'm out here doing my thing. So we can't just give up yet. You know, we got to keep moving forward. And like I said at the beginning of this video, no expectations. We got to set our expectations low, because the more we're patient, the more we just sit and wait, orders will just flow naturally to us, like this Mr. Hero order. So I'm going to give them a few minutes. They're probably working on it. I don't see it ready just yet, but there's 2 orders, so something might be funky here. We'll see though. So that reminds me, I want to tape this up again. It looks like the tape is kind of failing. And as far as my camping trip goes, that'll be something that I'll do, is I'll kind of get this this ready just in case I have to sleep back here. But you know, the Reflectix is working pretty well. I taped these up on the window so that it's completely blacked out. And this thing I flipped because it was kind of bending and falling down. So I flipped it around and tucked it back in. So these things are working great. I'm really hoping this Mr. Hero order works. It looks like it was 2 orders for the same name. So hopefully we're going to the same place because it said 0 miles. But it's about 13 miles away for a little over 30 bucks. So let's hope that, oh, they're closed. People. So that order was had to be canceled. They locked the doors as soon as I walked up at 9:30. So it looks like we're not going to make that good tip that they gave us. So we're still out in Medina. We're just going to wait around for another order. Hopefully we can grab something at Walmart. I'm still waiting on that big order from Walmart tonight. Yeah. It happens. What can I say? We probably could have waited a little longer, but $10 for 3 miles, you know, that ain't bad. Let's go grab this. Thank you very much. You too. You know, I'm not a gambling man, but I'll bet that you're not subscribed. Are you? And I'll bet that you haven't liked this video yet. If you haven't, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. So that looks like it'll do it for tonight. Made around 90 bucks. I'm just headed home to eat a steak and a potato. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And stay tuned for more content like this coming soon. And we'll see you on the next one. Later.